I started Warrior Rising because I wanted to find my purpose again. And I found that when I serve other people, when I help other people, that's when I'm happiest in life. And I wanted to continue serving post-military career. So in 2015, we were working with the NFL's Oakland Raiders. And I bring a lot of military veterans out to these events. And a lot of them are injured combat veterans, wounded warriors. And after the event with the Raiders was over, we were kind of high-fiving and celebrating and having a good time. And I was a military officer, so it's sort of been ingrained in me to make sure my guys are taken care of. And so I would talk to the guys. And the guys were telling me, hey, Jay, we get a large disability check from the government. I'm like, that's awesome, man. You know, Jay, there's all sorts of charities that take us hunting and fishing. That's awesome. Guys were saying, hey, there's actually a charity that built a home for me, a handicap accessible home for me. That's awesome. And everything was sort of quiet. And I could sense that there was something amiss. And I said, is everything all right? And the guys were like, you know, Jay, it sounds awesome, but it's actually not. And they said, well, you know, we go hunting and fishing, we have a great time, but we come back home, nothing's changed for us. As a matter of fact, things are worse for us because we'd rather be hunting and fishing. We just had one good day. What we're looking for is a good life. So I decided to do something about it. I started a nonprofit that we called Warrior Rising. I got together with a good friend of mine from West Point. His name is Ryan Miller, and a friend of mine named Joe Hilton, who I met during the Brigham Young University MBA program, fantastic entrepreneur. And the three of us founded Warrior Rising. And we did it to help veterans find their purpose again. And since that time, we've kind of figured out what works and what doesn't work. We've pivoted a few times until we've landed on what we're really good at. And what we're really good at is providing an experience to veterans where they can help themselves.
Warrior Rising has been an amazing partner to me. Sometimes you get tunnel vision in your business, and it helps to have someone come in from the outside to say, hey, have you ever thought about this? Have you ever thought about that? And then not only have you ever thought about it, but let me help you get there. And so that's what Warrior Rising has been to me more than anything else as a partner.
When I first got injured, nonprofits helped me build a house. They got me special adapted wheelchairs. But Warrior Rising isn't doing that. They're not just giving you a hand out. They're giving you a hand up. These guys are able to reach down and be like, hey, no, like come this way. We have a plan. We have an idea. And they give you all the tools to be able to do it. To be able to build your own house. And then at the end of the day, if your house doesn't get built, it's because you didn't do it. If you get too much free stuff, you lose value in things. Things don't matter anymore. And that's what happened to me. That's why I became a drug addict. I didn't care. I didn't see value in money and items and anything. I didn't care. And through this and seeing that my hard work, my time, my dedication to doing this, I'm going to be able to produce a product that doesn't exist. It's going to not only help my life because now I have a purpose, but going to be able to help other people's lives.
The entrepreneur really has to want it. The entrepreneur already has had to struggle a lot. And I think the entrepreneur still has to be on that path of not asking for help, especially financially, not asking, but showing the organization that they're here to fight through and persevere until the very end.
We have a whole process that our veterans go through. They start with an intake form on our website. They go through Warrior Academy, which is our online kind of business school, to make sure that they have at least a basic knowledge when they're going into starting their own businesses. After that, they're assigned a mentor, which is there to answer any and all questions, personal resource to get them through this often difficult process. And then we do oftentimes have funding opportunities. We are able to provide them with grants to help them really get their businesses off the ground.
One of the things that Jason and I did this year was, or in 2020, was we paid the salary for a vetrepreneur to come in, and it was an experiment that I wanted. If I could take away the need for this veteran to worry about putting food on the table and just focus on growing their company, would that result in a positive outcome for the veteran? And I had set aside a year's worth of salary for this person. She only used about 6 months of it. And she's booking tens of thousands of dollars a month in her own business now. So if I can emulate that again, if we can replicate that over and over with our veterans, we're strengthening our veterans, we're strengthening their families, we're strengthening their community, and we're contributing to the nation by growing small business. And we're just strengthening the United States economy. With that in mind, I want to see Warrior Rising take a more aggressive approach in getting our most successful veteranpreneurs to the next level.
When I first started Warrior Rising, I had big dreams and big plans. I wanted this to be a national organization. I wanted this to be one of the biggest nonprofits in the United States, and I still do. That dream, that vision hasn't shifted in any way. It's only become stronger, and I really truly believe that we can do this, and we're on our way to doing this.
When the organization first started, there was, as usual with, grassroots types of organizations, there's, slow growth and momentum. But Jason had the foresight about a little more than 2 years ago to sort of shift gears in order to enable the organization to be able to scale, to be able to grow. We went from about 100 people, let's say roughly, 100 veterans being assisted to 1,000 people, in 2019. In 2020, that increased to 1,500 veterans. And this year, we're probably on target to hit more than 2,000 veterans. So we're managing that growth, so that we're still be able to provide, meaningful services, to the veterans, but at the same time, the capabilities to be able to grow meaningfully, have been put in place, as well.
In just a few short years, I think we'll be one of the largest national veteran service organization, 501c3 nonprofits in the United States. We just have to continue to do the work. We have to continue to show results, and we have to continue to bring the right people to the team.
If you're a person that is donating money, clearly you're in a position that money isn't an issue for you. And so don't look at it as a monetary thing, as a green piece of paper. You're giving somebody longevity in life. You're giving somebody the ability to start a business that's going to provide for them, for their family in the future. Like the possibilities that your money is creating is unquantifiable.